Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's monthly evaluation meeting. I hope you are doing well. My name is Laurel, and I'll be the moderator for today's meeting. In today's meeting, we'll review our business performance from March to May, discuss the results from each division, identify the main challenges, and talk about possible solutions to improve our performance. Now, I'd like to invite our team leader, Gita, to give her opening remarks.
Thank you, Laurel. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see all of you here today. Thank you for taking the time to join the meeting. Over the past 3 months, we've worked hard to achieve our goals. Today is a chance for us to look at our results, understand the challenge we face, and discuss how we can do even better in the future. I hope everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas during the discussion. Let's get started. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gita. Now let's move to the presentation session. Each division will present their report based on the last 3 months data. The first presentation will be delivered by the marketing and sales division. I would like to invite Gita to begin the presentation.
Okay, first, let me summarize our sales performance over the last 3 months. During the period from March to May, we sold a total of 2,455 pieces. Overall, our monthly sales show a positive trend. Sales increased from 805 pieces in March to 802 pieces in April and reaches 840 pieces in May. Although our total sales continue to grow, each product saw a different sales pattern. Some product experience strong growth while others continue to decline. Next, let's look at the best-selling product. The first is jersey with a total of 830 pieces sold during the 3 month period. Although it had the highest total sales, its monthly sales declined significantly from 370 pieces in March in 180 pieces in May. The second best-selling product is rayon with 6,190 pieces sold. Unit jersey rayon show the most stable performance. Its sales increased gradually from 220 pieces in March to 240 pieces in May, showing steady and consistent growth.
Finally, let's look at our lowest selling products. Viscose printing recorded the lowest total sales with 420 pieces. During the viscose printing recorded the lowest total sales. However, it showed the most impressive growth. It had no sales in March, increased to 120 pieces in April, and then rose sharply to 300 pieces in May, making it the best-selling product in May. Meanwhile, Viscose plain ranked slightly higher with 515 pieces sold. However, its sales continue to decline every month, dropping from 215 pieces in March to 120 pieces in May. This indicates that customer demand for this product has gradually decreased. In conclusion, although Blossom Veil's total sales increased over the last 3 months, its products show a different sales trend. Customer preferences have shifted toward viscose printing, while demand for jersey and viscose plain has declined. Therefore, the company needs appropriate marketing strategies to respond to changing market demand and improve sales performance.
Okay, thank you to the marketing and sales division. Next, we will continue with the supply chain and operation division. I would like to invite Rani to begin the presentation.
Okay, thank you. After the marketing data we just covered, I'll now move on to our purchasing data for fabric, thread, and ink, covering the period from March to May. For fabric, our total purchases increased steadily every month. 17 rolls in March, rising to 19 rolls in April and 22 rolls in May. Looking at it by type, jersey and rayon stay stable with the same pattern each month. Jersey at 7 rolls and rayon at 6 rolls. The significant increase came from plain viscose, especially the white color, as we start the new product with printed viscose that using a white color viscose. In March, there was no white color at all, and then in April it appeared with 2 rolls, and May it jumped to 5 rolls. So the overall increase in fabric purchases will really driven by growing demand for this white color. Next slide. For thread, the trend actually went slightly downward. We purchased 6 cones in March, which dropped to 5 cones in April and then stayed flat in 5 cones in May. So there was no spike here, just a fairly stable and slightly declining trend. Now the most notable one is an ink. In March, we didn't purchase any ink at all, 0 bottles, and then rose to 4 bottles in April, and jumped again to 9 bottles in May. This is the sharpest increase among the 3 categories. So in summary, both fabric and ink show an consistent upward trend month over month, while thread remained relatively stable, even slightly declining. The rise in fabric also lines up with the rise in ink, likely because more production is using the white color, which requires more ink as well. I will now hand the presentation over to Monica.
Okay, now let's look at the remaining fabric graph. Over these 3 months, our total leftover fabric is 905 pieces. So looking at the trend from month to month, we see an increase in remaining stock, which is a warning sign. In March, the leftover fabric was 215 pieces. It went up to 217 pieces in April and jumped significantly to 420 pieces in May. So this steady increase means our stock is moving slower and materials are piling up. So now let's break this down by material type to find out exactly where the problem is. First is rayon. So among the 3 materials, rayon shows a very good trend because the remaining stock is decreasing. It dropped from 140 pieces in March to 70 pieces in April and down to 60 pieces in May, with a total 217 pieces. So this success is driven by light brown and almond, which completely sold out. And however, we need to watch out for rayon black. Even though rayon is doing well overall, the black color has the highest leftover at 157 pieces, staying high at around 50 pieces every month. And second is jersey. Unlike rayon, jersey has a major stock piled up, and the remaining stock increased sharply from only 50 pieces in March to 140 pieces in May and peaked at 240 pieces in May. Jersey has the highest total remaining fabric at 430 pieces. So this is the worst piled up are in almond and light brown. The leftover for these 2 colors keep rising every month. And the last is viscose. Viscose also show a slow but steady increase in leftover stock. It rose from 25 pieces in March to 60 pieces in April and reached 120 pieces in May. And the highest leftover are in cream and almond. On a bright note, viscose printed white performed perfectly. Its remain stock has been 0 pieces since April, meaning it sells out completely. And to conclude, jersey has the highest leftover stock at 430 pieces, and the biggest contributors are almond 165 pieces and light brown 135 pieces. Therefore, this should be our main focus to reduce inventory and improve stock movement. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Supply chain and operation division. Next, let's continue with the production and R&D division. I would like to invite Lily.
Hey, hi everyone. My name is Lily and I am representing the production and research and development. Today I will be presenting our production report for the 3-month period from March to May 2026. In March, the company produced 120 pieces consisting the jersey, rayon and viscose plain all in plain colors. In April, total production increased to 1,140 pieces. The most important achievement during this month was the launch of a new product line, viscose printing. With 3 designs, there are floral blue, geometric harmony, and ethnic wave. Because this product required a printing process, printing ink was introduced as a new production material. To support this new product line, production of jersey and rayon was slightly reduced. The black, light brown, and almond variant decreased from 160 pieces to 120 pieces, while the cream variant remained at 60 pieces. Meanwhile, viscose plain production stayed unchanged at 60 pieces for each color. Next slide. In May, total production increased again to 1,320 pieces. Production of jersey, rayon, and viscose plain remained stable, while viscose printing experiences significant growth. Its design increased from 40 pieces in April to 100 pieces in May, raising the total production of viscose printing from 120 pieces to 300 pieces. Overall, the production data shows a steady increase over the 3-month period. Although production of jersey and rayon was slightly reduced in April, this adjustment allowed the company to introduce a new product line and respond to growing customer demand. The rapid growth of viscose printing became the main contributor to the company's production growth and product development.
Uh, the most significant improvement during this reporting period. As shown in the chart, April was the first month that viscose printing was introduced. At the time, its design, color bloom, geometric harmony, and ethnic waves was produced at 40 pieces. However, in May, production capacity increased significantly. Each design reached 100 pieces, representing an increase of 60 pieces per design compared with the previous month. As a result, the total production of viscose printing increased from 120 pieces in April to 300 pieces in May. This remarkable growth demonstrates the company's confidence in this new product line. It also indicates improved production capacity and growing market demand for printed pashmina products. To conclude, the data presented today shows that the company has achieved steady growth in overall production while successfully expanding its product portfolio through viscose printing. In conclusion, the production and R&D division has shown consistent improvement over the last 3 months. Production increased steadily from 1,020 pieces in March to 1,320 pieces in May, while the successful launch of viscose printing demonstrated the company's ability to develop new products and respond to market demand.
Okay, thank you, production and R&D division. Now we will move to the finance division. I would like to invite Sandra.
Okay, as you can see on the screen, this is our total material monthly expenses overview. First, fixed raw material, which includes our main fabrics, packaging labels, text, and sublimation ink, increases from 12.9 million in March to 15.6 million in April and 18.6 million in May. The increase was driven by the launch of our viscose printed products and higher production, which require more packaging, text, and printing materials. Second, our utility bill, including electricity, water, and Wi-Fi, rises from 10.7 million in March to 13.4 million in April because our new printing and washing machines consume more electricity and water. The cost then remains the same in May. Third, maintenance increases from 1 million in March to 2.2 million in April and remains unchanged in May due to the installation and routine servicing of the new machines. Finally, salary, our largest expense, increases from 96.4 million to 104.4 million after we hired 4 new workers, including 2 washing operators and 2 printing operators. Overall, our total monthly expenses increased from 121.1 million in March to 135.7 million in April and reached 138.6 million in May. This upward trend reflects the expansion of our business. That's all for Blossomville monthly expenses. Next, Miss Kanya will explain our production cost of goods sold.
And now let's move on to the cost per production calculation. Based on the production calculation, we determine the selling price for each product by applying 50% gross margin. The final selling price for jersey is 52,000 and rayon is also 52,000. Vicose is 54,000 rupiah and Vicose printing is 65,000 rupiah. And from this result, we can see that Vicose printing has the highest selling price, while jersey and rayon have almost the same selling price. The higher price of Vicose printing is due to the additional material required in the production process, which is sublimation ink. This slide also presents example of the cost per production calculation for Vicose printing. And although the calculation follows the same process as other products, the inclusion of sublimation ink increases the production cost after adding all material, labor, and other production costs. 50% gross margin is applied, resulting in the final selling price of 65,000 rupiah. Next, let's move on to the production cost analysis. During the 3-month period, the production volume increased from 1,020 pieces in March to 1,140 pieces in April and reached 1,320 pieces in May. And throughout this period, jersey consistently recorded the highest production volume, followed by rayon, Vicose, and Vicose printing. Compared to the previous month, production increased 11.8% from March to April and 50.8% from April to May. Meanwhile, Vicose printing was not produced in March because it was introduced in April. And the increase in production volume was also followed by an increase in total production cost. And the total production cost was approximately 27.6 million in March, 30.99 million in April, 36.88 million in May, and this upward trend was mainly driven by the higher production volume and the addition of Vicose printing, which requires extra sublimation ink, making its production cost higher than the other products. Overall, May contribute the largest share of total production, accounting for 37.9%, followed by April with 32.8% and March with 29.3%, and this result indicate a steady increase in both production capacity and production costs throughout 3-month period. And that's all for the production cost analysis. Now let's move on to the profit analysis presented by Ms. Lani.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Lani from the Finance Division, and today I will walk through the net income performance over 3 months from March. So, total net income is around 18 million, and Jersey led with 8.6 million, or around 47%. While this and Ryan followed closely behind as he brought in 4.8 million, or around 26%, and 4.7 million, around 26% into April. However, net income dipped slightly to 7.8 million, or minus 2%, because both Jersey viscosity declined to 6.2 or 13%, and 3.8 million, or around 4%. Though Ryan managed to hold steady at 4.9 million, or around 27%. Meanwhile, New segment gained impact since it broke 2.8 million, or around 10% right out of the gate. The net income rebounded strongly to 21 million, or plus 21%. Actually, Pacific kept momentum going and surged to 8.9, sorry, 8.64%. And although Jersey kept trending to 5 billion, or maybe 25%, and fiscal further to 20, or around 9%. And I still a slight uptick to around 5.1 million, or around 4%. So I think that's it for the income, or the profit, and I think that percentage minus. Okay, thank you to all division for your presentation. Now we will move on to the discussion session. Based on the reports, let's identify the main issues by comparing the sales, production, inventory, and financial data. I would like to invite our team leader, Gita, to lead the discussion.
Thank you, Laura. From today's presentation, we can see that although total sales increased, several product experienced declining demand while others show unexpected growth. I would like each division to share their opinion regarding what is the main root cause of this issue, what solution can your division propose. Let's begin with the marketing and sales division.
All right. After reviewing the sales data, our marketing and sales division found the main cause of the declining product performance and prepared several solutions to improve sales. Based on the sales data, we found that customer preferences have changed. This indicates that our current product offerings no longer fully match market demand. Customers are showing greater interest in printed hijabs rather than plain design. However, our inventory is still dominated by products such as jersey and rayon in several colors. As a result, some products are selling slowly while customer demand continues to shift toward viscose printing. Therefore, our marketing division recommends focusing more on products that match current customer preferences while creating marketing strategies to increase sales of the slow-moving products. To address these issues, we propose 3 integrated solutions. First, we will implement a product bundling strategy by combining slow-moving product with the highest remaining stock, such as jersey, almond, jersey light brown, rayon almond, jersey black, and rayon black. This bundle will be promoted through Instagram, TikTok Shop, Shopee, WhatsApp Business, and our reseller network to encourage customers to purchase more products in one transaction. Second, we will expand our reseller network by recruiting new resellers in high potential cities such as Jakarta, Bandung, and Surabaya. We will promote the reseller program through social media, collaborate with UMKM, hijab, fashion, and student entrepreneurship communities, and participate in exhibition and bazaars. Third, we will launch an influencer endorsement strategy by partnering with fashion, hijab, and lifestyle influencer who have high engagement and mainly female audiences. They will create product reviews, unboxing videos, styling tutorials, and OOTD content. Each influencer will also receive a unique promo code so we can measure the effectiveness of each campaign and identify which collaborations generate the highest sales. By implementing these three strategies together, we expect to reduce excess inventory, expand our market reach, increase brand awareness, boost sales, and improve the company's cash flow.
Thank you, marketing and sales. Next, I'd like to invite the supply chain and operation division to share your insight.
Okay, thank you for moderator. Based on the data presented by Ryan and Monica, the supply chains and operation division has identified a clear mismatch between our purchasement and actual market demand, which is the primary root cause of our 905 pieces stock fill up. First, we are experiencing overprocessing due to incorrect forecasting. We continue to buy 7 rolls of jersey fabric every month, even though its remaining stock sharply accumulated from 5 pieces in March to 240 pieces in May, particularly in almond and light brown. Second, our production allocation lacked agility, while rayon and viscose printed white are performing exceptionally well and selling out completely. Our processing strategy has not aggressively shifted to capitalize on these high demand items, causing us to miss out on higher sales potential while holding that stock. To address this issue and optimize our inventory movement, our newly integrated division proposed their immediate solution. First, we must prioritize clearing the critical inventory, especially the jersey fabric in almond and light brown, as well as Ryan Black. We highly recommend that then the marketing and sales team create target bundling promos or special discounts to quickly liquidate the slow moving items into cash flow. Second, for next month, process order, we will immediately freeze or reduce the procurement budget for month process order. We will immediately freeze or reduce budget for the underperforming jersey color. Intends we will relocate this fund to boost the supply of rayon and viscose printed white, ensuring we fed the product that the market actually wants. And finally, now the operation and supply chains are merged, we will implement a trained data-driven coordination system. The recent peak in purchases to 9 bottles in May was a logical response to the high demand for printed fabrics. But moving forward, all raw material procurement will be logged directly to real-time weekly sales data from marketing rather than monthly guesswork. In conclusion, our main operational focus is to aggressively reduce the 430 pieces jersey surplus. We look forward to collaborating closely with the marketing team right after this meeting to align our production forecast so that we source exactly what we sell. Thank you.
Okay, now let's hear the recommendation from the Production and Research and Development Division.
Okay, thank you. I'm Laurel from the Production and Research and Development team. Based on the production report from March to May 2026, we can conclude that the company production increased consistently from 1,020 pieces in March to 1,140 pieces in April and 1,320 pieces in May. This growth was driven by the launch of viscose printing in April. Its production increased from 40 pieces per design to 100 pieces per design in May, indicating that the new product received a positive response from the market. Meanwhile, jersey, rayon, and viscose plain continue to show stable demand. However, the production growth was not as significant as the of viscose printing. Therefore, we recommend that the company place greater focus on developing viscose printing. If market demand continues to grow, the production of jersey, rayon, and viscose plain can be gradually reduced to allocate more production capacity to viscose printing. In addition, we recommended introducing 3 new viscose printing design, increasing the total number of design from 3 to 6. This strategy is expected to meet market demand while threatening the company competitiveness. However, before implementing this strategy, the company should first evaluate sales data and inventory levels for each product to ensure that reducing production does not result in stock shortage for products that still have strong market demand. By taking this approach, we believe the company can strengthen its production performance in the coming months. Thank you.
I'd like to invite the Finance Division to present your proposed financial solution.
Okay, thank you for the chance, Kita. So here I'm gonna explain our recommendation from finance. So since marketing talk about how we are going to sell our leftover products, so here I'm gonna tell you about the the selling price recommendation. For the past month bundling product, yes, we do bundling because we believe from finance that it's an effective way to spend our leftover stocks. So the first variant is the 3-piece bundle, which consists of 3 fabric types: viscose, polos, jersey, and rayon, all of which are sourced from our leftover production stock between March and May 2026. So when we calculate the combined production cost of these 3 pieces, the total comes to almost 80,000 per bundle. And based on our standard pricing policy, which applies a 50 profit margin, this bundle should ideally be sold at around almost 160,000. And this would have generated a profit of almost 80,000 per bundle. And however, we determined the original price was too high to be competitive after evaluating the market and considering that this product is made from leftover stock. So we decided to adjust the selling price down to around 110,000. So as a result, the profit margin decreased from 50% to approximately around 27.3%. And consequently, the profit per bundle was reduced to around 30,000. And the second variant is 2-piece bundle, which only consists of viscose, polos, and jersey. And the combined production cost for this bundle comes to around 53,000, and with a 50% margin, it should have been priced at around 107,000, which generate a profit of around 53,000. And however, for the same reason as the 3-piece bundle, the price was adjusted down to around 80,000, which brought the margin down to approximately 33%, and the profit per bundle to around 26,000. So I think that's our recommendation for finance.
And contribution. Based on today's discussion, we can conclude that This main challenge in the shift in customer preference from plain pashmina to printed product. As a result, some jersey rayon variants have become slow-moving, while viscose printing has shown strong market growth. To adjust the situation, all divisions agreed to focus on products with higher market demand, optimize inventory and production planning, strengthen promotional strategies through bundling and reseller expansion, and maintain competitive pricing while ensuring profitability. In addition, the company will continue maintaining sales performance and inventory levels before making further production and purchasing discussion, including the possible introduction of new viscose printing design with close coordination between marketing, supply chains, production, and finance. We expect to reduce excess inventory, improve sales performance, and support sustainable business growth in the coming month. Thank you once again for your participation and teamwork. This concludes today's monthly evaluation meeting. Hopefully, this solution will improve our business performance in the coming month.
Okay, thank you, Gita. Thank you, everyone, for your active participation and valuable contribution during today's meeting. I hope this discussion and solution we share today can help Blossom Trail achieve even better performance in the next month. If there are no further questions or comments, this concludes today's meeting. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe and see you at next meeting. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.